Freestyling with Stevie B. We party in your body. We taking it all back. We doing it on every podcast channel that you can ever imagine. And you talk about taking it all back, Stevie. We seriously taking it all back right about now.
It's some good stuff, bro. And it don't
Boy.
go farther back than this here. This is the Sugar Hill gang go back towards Jesus. I mean, anybody that was born, anybody to Jesus, these niggas been around since they've been around since dirt. I gotta tell you.
Man, I was a little jit, man. Just first finding my first collection of vinyl, you know what I'm saying, and grabbing this 12. And you know, one thing about the Sugar Hill label, it stood out amongst all the labels because of the way it looked. You remember the blue? I'll pop it up, but you know, there it is right there, blue with the candy cane, and it's like, man, I'll be honest with you, every time a record would come out on that Sugar Hill label, I had to have it. Whether I'll be honest with you, not all of them were hits, but I had to have it because 9 out of 10 times they were.
Right. It's up until this day, man. It's still the most popular logo. People tell me that all the time. You know what I mean? It's the most significant. Everybody just take one look at it and they know right away. They don't even have to guess, you know, what it is. They already know what it is, you know.
Well, I tell you like this here, that label and your songs marked, because people talk about how this stuff marked a portion of my teenage years. And I know you can't hear that enough because it is real. It's the first rap song that I ever rapped to. And it was actually a badge of honor in school if you know the whole thing.
Yep, that's right.
From front to back. And people used to try to shine. And, you know, I was around black folk, but I was also around Latinos and white people. And it was a badge of honor for them to kind of prove that's how you were hip.
Even more for white people to know how to do the rap.
Yeah. Absolutely,
so it's a big deal. So, and I think that it was actually a good school for you to be in. You know, it checked your memory, it checked your rhythm, it checked your rhyme. If you can do it, the whole thing, and I know you get it. Because I know you got kids and grandkids that grew up with the song. But even to this day, congratulations. You get flowers on the Stevie B show right here today. Thank you, my brother, for you guys creating something so wonderful.
Thank you, brother.
And I got to tell you, that is historical in a big way. That shit is like the pyramids, bro. It ain't never going to go nowhere.
It's going down, and you want to be there. The Sugar Hill Gang's only South Florida. Saturday, October 21st at Sport of King Theaters inside Gulfstream Park. Performing Rappers Delight live.
Tonto, jump on it.
And Apache.
Jump on it.
Yeah, come be a part of history as we celebrate 50 years of hip-hop with the Sugar Hill Gang live at Sport of Kings Theater. Inside Gulfstream Park. Go to eventbrite.com for tickets. Or call 305-794-7177. 305-794-7177. Me being a DJ, you know, and growing up, you know, with the Sugar Hill Gang, one of my favorite songs is Eighth Wonder, actually. It's not Apache. I mean, I love Apache, don't get me wrong, and Rappers Delight. But Eighth Wonder to me was like one of them. I was like, okay, I had to find the original, which was Daisy Lady, Seventh Wonder. You know what I mean? So I did the whole, you know, the math and digging in the crates. And let me tell you, when Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and your boy, I forgot his name, but did the Apache dance, that had to take your shows to another level because now, you know what I'm saying, the song is like magnified to the millionth power, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime we go to Philly to perform, they always request that we perform Apache last.
Yeah.
Because what Will Smith did to that song. And if we're in the airport, anytime traveling, you know, they see us come in the airport, you see the young generation, they're looking at us, staring at us. Immediately, they're trying to figure out who we are. They know we're somebody, but they just don't know. So then finally, they talk about it, and you see like they're drawing straws or something. And then whoever gets the shortest straw, they got to come up and ask us who we are. So one person comes up and says, you know, we know you guys are somebody, but who are you? Who are you? Just like that. And we say, well, you know, we're called the Sugar Hill Gang. And they say, Huh? What? Sugar Hill Gang. You know, we did the song. We're known for Rapper's Delight and Apache. Nah. Oh, Jump on It. Oh yeah, we know that song.
You're gonna have to
Jump
change the
on
names to
It.
jump on it now.
They done changed it to Jump on It. He said, "Oh wow, you guys did that song? Oh my God, that's my favorite song." It's crazy,
Well,
man. And then I have to tell this story because you mentioned it. Um, while we was in London, after we did the ceremony for the Walk of Fame, one of the police officers, he had to meet us, man. He said we're his favorite group because as a kid, he said when his dad first played the song, he had a speech impediment. He stuttered real bad. So he said what he did was he learned all the words to Rapper's Delight, and it corrected his speech impediment. And
Wow.
then he said up until today, whenever he feel like he's slipping a little bit because it's not a cure, it's something that you got to keep under control. So he said whenever he feel like he's sleeping back, slipping back into stuttering or whatever, he has to recite the song in his head and in his mind, and then it puts him back on track to speaking normal like us.
that's what I was talking about. This thing wind up being like a school. That thing helped a lot, and I think people use it as an educational element, as an educational tool too. Like you say, a lot of people who stutter, they don't stutter when they rapping or singing.
Right, absolutely. That's correct, man. That's correct. I mean, we did a Tom Joyner cruise, and one of the families who was on the cruise, they said that listen, he said, you mind if we talk to you for a second? And I said, sure, no problem. Because after every show, we always make it our business to communicate, take pictures with the fans and stuff like that. We never want to make them think that we're too good to where we can't be around them or whatever. So they said that they had a best friend who wanted to be on the cruise so bad, but uh, they wasn't able to make it because their husband caught COVID,
Mm.
and he was in a coma, and he was in a coma for weeks. So then finally, after the doctors had did everything that they could do, they said, "Why don't you just go home?" And so she went home and got Rapper's Delight, and she put it beside his bed, and he came out of the coma.
See,
That's
that's what I'm talking
crazy.
about.
But
That's
rappers
some
delight.
that's some miracle stuff right there, boy.
And just for your fact, Ice Cube told us that Eighth Wonder is his favorite song, and he said that song. He said if it wasn't for Eighth Wonder, he'd probably be dead right now.
Jesus
He
Christ.
said it
Wow.
That's
saved his life.
amazing. That's amazing. And beyond whatever our visions are for our music, sometimes the universe takes it and uses it for its own delight. No pun
Absolutely,
intended.
brother.
You see what I'm saying? For
That's
its
Absolutely.
right.
own delight. So
Hmm.
some
Absolutely.
people call it God, some people call it whatever.
Yep.
You can call it whatever you want. But
Yep.
it has
Yep.
its, it has a plan. It says Allah says you have a plan, but Allah said I'm the best of planners. So you never
Absolutely.
know what that song was really made for on the spiritual side, on those other little things that you're talking about.
Yep.
We not factoring that in when you're in the studio and all that.
No.
You don't know how stuff gonna touch people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and I
Exactly.
think that
Exactly, man.
that song broke racial barriers, meaning when the song was
Yes.
played, you didn't see any color lines. It was like, okay, we got to get down, white, black,
No.
red, brown. It don't matter. We all getting
That's
down
right.
because this shit
That
is
was a
hot.
badge of honor
That's
for
right,
white
brother.
people to know that song. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
yeah.
That was a badge of honor to show you that was
Absolutely.
hip,
You're
you
absolutely
know?
right. You're absolutely right.
So how
Yeah,
did
man.
it how
You're
did
absolutely
tell us
right.
a little bit? I don't think we don't get to discuss it that much. How how did that song come about? I know we're trying to go in there and go bring up some old memories and stuff, but how did that song come about? I mean, it was new because that was the Chic, loop.
Right. Right.
And then how?
I mean,
I mean, was it just
right.
that magical? It just came, or was it
Well,
like a hard do?
well, well. First of all, you have to give credit to Sylvia Robinson. You know what I mean? I mean, out of all the people, in the hip hop industry today, she was the one who had the nerve to go through with putting it on record and putting it out, because she went to all the record labels, and all the record labels said, it wouldn't work. It's a fad. It's gonna be here today, going tomorrow type thing. So none of them would believe in it. So she took it upon herself to go into the studio and and recruited Master G, Wonder Mike, Big Bang Hank, and and went into the studio, and then Mike's DJ suggested that they use Good Times, because at that particular point in 78, 79, everything was going towards not disco. Everything was going towards disco. Disco was real popular back then. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the song that Niles created, "Good Time," was one of the hottest disco records in the club. So a lot of people thought that it was sampled, but basically what she did, she went in the studio and she had studio musicians who replayed everything. Then, Mike, Hank, and G got in there and they did the song in one take, but basically they stopped one time because when they Mike passed the mic to Hank, Hank didn't quite understood what he was talking about when he said when he passed the mic. So they stopped one time, but other than that, they did it in one take, and that's why it was 15 minutes long, because basically it was no blueprint in cutting a record back that time. You know what I mean? So they just went until the tape ran out.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question, and I don't
Hmm.
know if Sylvia and them, if they ever shared this stuff with you, because they'd have to pay you. But how much money do you think was generated from that song or those three songs
Hmm.
over the last, what is it? How many years? It's over
Yeah,
40. It's
Yeah.
over 50 years now, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
How
I
much
mean,
money you think was
up until this day,
generated
man,
of
up until I don't know how much it was. I can't put a number on it, but I can say this, that up until this day, Rapper's Delight is the biggest selling rap single,
Of
the
all
biggest
time. Of all time.
of all time. There's not one single rap record. Now I'm not
amazing?
talking about an album. I'm talking about a single that
Yeah.
has sold more than Rapper's
Yeah.
Delight.
Didn't Grandmaster Cass have a lot to do with the with some of the lyrics that were written for Rapper's Delight?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Cass wrote Hank's part
That's what I thought.
because,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, because see, Big Bang Hank, he wasn't really known as an MC. So
That's
so
right.
so basically he's from the Bronx. So
Hmm.
he knew Cass and he was managing Cass's group. So Hank worked at the pizza shop right there in Inglewood, right there on Grand Avenue. So Hank would be in there making pizzas, and he would be rapping. He'd be working on his craft. So basically, even though Cass wrote Hank's part, but Hank, out of the group, Hank had the most distinctive voice out of all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Hank's voice was like magic.
Yeah, it was. It was very charismatic. Yep,
Hey,
absolutely.
look, when he came in with
Yes,
it,
yes, he was.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was flavor in your
he has that
ear.
magic. He had that magic, no doubt. He had the magic on that thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely,
performing
absolutely.
in the performing side, how often? I know some guys have transitioned, and I guess is what two of the original ones that's left now.
Yeah, yeah. We lost Big Bang Hank in 2013, and I've been performing with the group for over 28 years myself.
And how many shows are you guys taking a year? Are you just continuously on that same? Because I know it has not declined in any way. Is
No,
the demand
no,
still
it
high for
hasn't,
you
man.
guys?
I, it's amazing, man, how demanding and how people still want to hear that song.
Yeah,
It's amazing. I
you
mean,
guys,
I think we thank God for it. Yeah,
yeah, you guys are now, celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and a celebration to you all as well for being, pioneers and the forefathers of hip hop, and everything that you've
absolutely.
contributed to the music. But how does it feel now that you're getting all this attention? Do you feel like some of it isn't really genuine or organic, like you're just going through the motions, or are you just absorbing it all in and going, oh, you know what I mean, let's just go ahead and ride the wave? How does it feel for the group internally?
Well, I think, man, that it's long time coming because I think a lot of times, no disrespect to the new generation, they doing their thing. Hip hop is evolving and they still doing their thing, and they should be doing it. But you have some artists who pay homage and they give back to the founders and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna name one for instance, like Busta Rhymes. We love Busta Rhymes, man. Busta Rhymes, always tell us, if it wasn't for the pioneers, none of them would have no job or nothing like that. So, I feel like it's a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a good thing, man, to be able to receive your flowers while you're still here, while you're still above ground. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's great. Well, we're excited to get you over here in South Florida, man. October 21st, you're going to be
No
at
doubt.
Gulfstream at the Sport of Kings
No doubt.
Theater. Sugarhill Gang
No
performing
doubt.
live, their only South Florida appearance, and it's gonna be all that. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite,
You better
and let
believe
me
it.
let me
You
tell
better
you, man,
believe it.
the people are looking forward to it. Having you down here in South
No
Florida
doubt.
is gonna be amazing.
That's what's
Thank
up. They
you, my
better get the
brother. Thank you, my
popcorn ready.
brother. And it is wonderful for to have you on. And you tell the guys when they're feeling a little better, we can bring you guys back on the show. And we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see you down in South Florida very very soon. And
You got it.
we appreciate you and thank you so much. Flowers are given to the Sugar Hill Gang. Thank you everything for everything that you
Yeah.
guys have given to us. I appreciate you. Thank you
Thank you,
much. We're going to
brother.
have you back soon.
50 years of hip hop, baby.
Take it all back.